Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of Chinese Dota. I am very sorry about the intro. Seems my computer had a bit of a hiccup, so yeah. Hopefully nobody's gone insane from the intro replaying like 50 times. Maybe that was just a my end and not on yours. I'm not really sure, but at any rate, we are here. It's time for game one of a best of three. Vici Gaming take on Newbee. This is your lower bracket round one showdown. Loser will be eliminated. So two of the bigger names in Chinese Dota. Somebody's going home here. Oh no, actually, sorry, not go. Yeah, loser eliminated. Winner has a chance. Two teams will go to China or to Bucharest to compete on behalf of China at the Starlighter Land Finals. Man, my brain is scrambled after that intro. So okay, so I'm of course joined here by Zyori. So Andrew, what happened was like it wouldn't load, so I kept on trying to click on the scene, and then it played the video like 50 times in a row. So like start for a half second, then it would restart.
Oh my gosh!
I can't wait to see how scrambled the viewers' brains are by the time this actually comes up live. But yeah, this is game one, best of three. It is elimination match, and the winner will move on to play the loser of IG versus LGD for the second spot from China to represent them at the LAN finals.
Right, so this is the lower bracket, round one. This is a big deal. The fight for survival, Newbee versus Vici. Vici in their new form, adding Hao to the mix since they've removed Black. I think they're favorites coming in here. At least Dota 2 Lounge seem to think so, LD.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Vici Gaming and Newbee have both looked mortal. Obviously, they're in the lower bracket. They have not been playing flawless Dota. The team that looks really strong right now in China is Invictus Gaming, so... I think fairly so. You cast them at Major All-Stars. They were dominant. They did have the fatigue factor at Empire in the Grand Finals there, but they're playing like a team that could make a deep run at the International now. It's early. A lot can change and probably will change between then and now. But yeah, I would agree. I think they are fairly the underdogs. And the big question mark for this team is just going to be leadership more than anything. They lost Xiao 8. They lost Hao. And Rabbit, certainly a very talented replacement. June... There's been some debate about if he's the right fit for the team, but he has been the drafter and I guess to some extent the captain in the game. Though now it's back to banana drafting. So, well, we haven't talked much about the draft, but it is now well underway.
Yeah, Vici get things started with Lion and Sniper. Newbee grabbed the Shadow Fiend and the Queen of Pain. Interesting opener from Newbee, seeing these two cores grabbed right away. I'm curious how they'll set up these lanes, if this is more of that position 4 roaming Queen of Pain that Winner's been talking about and hyping up so much, or if she'll be in the mid lane and they end up putting that Shadow Fiend more in the safe lane. Earthshaker, what I was saying is the hero of Major All-Stars. He was the guy that made the plays happen. We saw so much prioritization on this hero to protect the mid lane in exactly these kind of matchups. Your Sniper versus Shadow Fiend, and it's the hero that tips the scales. If he's sitting nearby, very hard to gank these heroes that are otherwise usually pretty susceptible. But here's a fun one we've seen on the rise, LD, the Phoenix for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, they love this for Ice 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 as one of his go-to offlaners. Normally, we see it a little bit more often with the Drow, though I don't know if they want to go Drow, already having picked up that Sniper. Kind of a squishy duo. They'd lack a little bit on the initiation and tempo control, so... well, with that said, it should be the Super Sniper going mid, most likely. That will leave them needing their safe laner for Hao. As for Hao, very versatile carry. He can pretty much play it all. His Weaver, his Lifestealer are kind of like some niche possibilities in general. I don't think we'll see either this game. As for more standard ones, there's Troll. He's banned right now. What else could they run? They've been running a bit of Tiny Wisp. They've been running a little bit of just Wisp on its own. I don't know if we see any of that this game. The Morphlane's been another Hao hero as of late. He has not played that many games with the team. It looks like around 10 games or so with the new roster.
Yeah. Well, Sniper's been kind of that go-to mid-hero against the Shadow Fiend. Safe lane, I don't know what they have in mind here. There isn't a whole lot that seems really obvious. It's like a carry that's really good against the Co-op or really good against Shadow Fiend. Newbee have pretty just well-rounded safe picks right now. So I think that gives Vici the option to grab something in Hao's comfort zone, whatever that may be. Slark's one of those elusive carries that comes to mind, but the Treant Protector, okay. I was watching a little bit of that Dota yesterday, and we saw some pretty fun Treant games. Excited to actually get to cast one here. Maybe we'll see some of that dreaded Ag Scepter.
Yeah, it's beloved for the team that gets it, perhaps dreaded for the sake of the viewers and their schedules. But this is the first best of three, so if it runs a bit late, then we can just count on the second one moving along smoothly and quickly and maybe being a simple, straightforward 2-0. But, well, yeah, Tree Phoenix, obviously fantastic team fight here. They still need the How hero. And with
what else has he been playing? Juggernaut comes to mind as well. He's made it all the way through the pool.
Yeah, you still don't know what Newbee's running off lane necessarily. This is probably, it could be like a slightly weaker melee offlaner with you've got the Shaker to fissure block off the bat, so, well, who's out there right now? Axe is available. Not a bad choice. The Axe could be decent against Living Armor with the Battle Hunger. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would fit in a bit better here.
Ember Spirit could be an option. That's something Hal likes to play quite a bit.
Oh, no, I'm switching gears to look at Newbee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're both having our coffee here. I slept for a grand total of like 3 hours after a very long day yesterday, so I do apologize for the snafus early.
To be fair, I was pulling up some stats. I wanted to see what they've been looking at recently, so I was still living in the past trying to dig through Dota. Lifestealer is actually one that he played in one of their 5 most recent games, still on the note of Hal, so like you mentioned, very flexible. Slark could be an option for Newbee also. That's another carry we saw, especially at Major All-Stars, be pretty successful against Sniper just in general. Very elusive. Whether you go Shadow Blade or Blink, it's pretty easy to close that gap and get up in that Sniper's face. Vici, though, they'll opt to ban out the Red Man.
Yeah, so I think Axe probably was the best remaining off-laner. Who else is there? There's no, like, obvious choice here. Though they could, in theory, run the Queen of Pain off-lane, but it's a little bit risky against this Lion pick, and you don't know what the Lion's paired with. In theory, the Lion could be with someone like even a Slardar, perhaps, and something Alliance has been running a lot. Not really a go-to hero for Vici, but I think that pairing, the Sniper Slardar, has a lot of synergy. It's been incredibly effective for Alliance, so if it is someone with a stun and it's a Lion there as the support, then you may struggle to be a Queen of Pain in the offlane. They will go Centaur.
Oh, they do the Centaur. All right. Always a classic hero against Sniper. You get the Stampede, great Blink initiator. I like this. Newbee have some good initiation. Once that Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger, you've got the Queen of Pain there as well for some follow-up counter initiation. Pretty well-rounded draft, I'd say. Fair bit of control, good bout of carry power, though there will be a lot on this Shadow Fiend to make sure he gets his farm going.
Yeah, he's got the Shaker to protect him. So, with that, at Vici Gaming, you look at their lineup, they're decent at ganking. The Tree Lion is a duo, but I wouldn't say like an A-tier level ganking duo, and as of late, we don't really see too much of the roaming tree. When PPD was playing it a lot, it felt like every game, he gets the early boots and they just go try to find a first blood. But nowadays, we don't really see that much of the roaming tree man. And to the extent that they want it, there is, again, the Shaker to protect them. So, you mentioned the Juggernaut or the Slark. It looks like Vici Gaming are going to go with the Jug here to round out their draft. Right. It gives them a little more Roche potential with the Helium Ward. It's up against the Centaur. You have a melee offlaner, not particularly strong in the matchup, so Jug should do a decent job of zoning with the help of this Lion.
Yeah, I would imagine so. The Treant Protector and Jug put out a fair bit of healing power. Vici have this interesting lineup where the Lion is the core of their crowd control, and then you've got that big ultimate from the tree, and outside of that, their team fight feels a little bit more on that gank and catch potential. I think Blink Dagger on Lion is going to be a pretty important pickup for Fenrir here.
I would agree with that. He's the man right now. They have no one else to really reliably start the fights, unless we want to see Hal go for a Blink Dagger Jug or Shadow Blade or something unusual like that, but. Well, here we go. Level 1 clash. Could be a brewing. Banana gonna walk in, has the boots.
Yeah, Ward comes down. They see him. House starts it off with your Blade Fury. There's your Leech Seed. Banana in a lot of trouble. They'll chase him down into the tree line, and the first blood is drawn. FY is going to be the one that grabs it, but Hal, he's not done yet. He's still in an awkward position here. Eats through the trees. He'll head back to rendezvous with his friends, and just like that, Vici get a first blood, and they make it out without losing anyone on their side, though Ice, rather crippled, will have to probably flap his wings back to the well.
Yeah, it happened so early that he's got time for a free fountain trip. How convenient. Oh, not even going to have to use a single tango. Oh my. Great start here for Vici Gaming. The question is, can Newbee compensate by getting these runes? They do have June lurking near top. It's going to be Hal coming to join him. And this may force the Centaur back for now, though, given Fenrir the axe. He may get trapped here, pincered in the river. There's no Blade Fury follow-up. That'll be a 1-for-1 bounty rune trade, and with that, we'll introduce the lineups. On the side of Newbee, you've got Banana playing your support Rubik. He did go boots first. On the we'll have Rabbit handling the Queen of Pain. Dual lane bottom, at least for now. Mu will be your shadow friend going mid. Sanction going to support him on the Earthshaker. It will be June heading top as the Centaur. And, well, they'll be facing the mighty Vici Gaming already with the first blood.
And on Vici Gaming, the safe lane will have Hao on the Juggernaut. He'll be joined by Fenrir on the Lion in the safe lane. In the mid, it's going to be Super on the Sniper, one of these classic matchups on this patch, the Sniper versus the Shadow Fiend, leaving us with a dual off-lane FY on that first blood, gaining Treant Protector, and Ice, the off-laner here as the Phoenix. So Ice, he'll have his work cut out for him. You see Banana and Songshen already rotating down, and Womai up top. They shut down that Centaur. Okay.
Yeah,
it's as easy as that.
I was following the introductions, did not see that one coming, but must have had a nice body block there with an impale into the Blade Furies. They will rotate on mid in the meantime. FY with the boots first, goes in, finds another kill. So a bloody start here for Vici Gaming. They find a first blood bottom, they then find a follow-up kill top, and to round it off, another kill mid. They've killed every lane.
The power of the boots first tree right there, LD. Leech Seed on that Shadow Fiend, not much he can do without boots first. And that tree, man, he hits deceptively hard early on. 85 base auto attack with boots. It's pretty scary, man. Now picking up a kill on every single core. Thinking, how does Vici lose the lanes at this point, already with about a 1,300 net worth lead?
It's going to be tough. Already you've got some matchups which can be difficult if you fall behind. The Shadow Fiend versus Sniper. I wouldn't say that Sniper wins the matchup necessarily. Shadow Fiend can kind of flash farm and catch up with raises in the jungle and just play safe once the Sniper hits level 6 or 7. But if you get out of position and you're behind a level, he's got the boots advantage or phase boots to regular boots, then you're really going to struggle. So now Mu may need some help. They do have the Shaker they can park nearby mid to try and salvage that lane. And mid could be recovered, but you're looking at the off lane now already. Ice. Trying to get cute, kind of swading through the jungle, maybe scouting to see if any supports are off stacking or missing. And now he's going to make his way towards mid. In doing so, he also dodges any potential gank that could be coming his way, but doesn't look like there's one coming. There's just that Shaker parked mid, and he'll probably be able to make the call that the Shaker is off the bottom lane at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I think we'll see the Shaker kind of linger around this area, protect the mid, then utilize the stacks in the jungle, give the Shadow Fiend something to retreat to, and maybe look at this hard camp here in the jungle, which still hasn't been stacked up. Ice, halfway through level 2 in the off lane, doing what little he can, but still pretty easy to zone out. You see, as soon as he shows himself in lane, Rabbit hops forward and hits him with a Shadow Strike and pushes him back. Safe lane Queen of Pain, though. We haven't seen a whole lot of this. I feel like this does put some pressure on Rabbit to get something done early on. We'll see FY and Songshan kind of duke it out in the jungle, and that's not a duel. I think the Earthshaker is going to win. Pretty big disparity in right-click damage there.
Yeah, obviously where the safe lane Queen of Pain really excels if you have a weaker melee offlaner. Still good against a Phoenix. In general, you're going to zone anybody out of the lane, but Ice getting his levels. He's about to hit level 3. At 3 minutes in, this is not shabby, as there will be a blink forward, but Phoenix has the escape mechanism. So you jump on him, he's just going to dive right back. He may have to walk to base and wait a little bit. Perhaps checks that 4-minute run first, but once he gets the Tranquils, he'll have an easier time in this lane.
Yeah, so how's the Centaur doing up top? June, halfway through level 2. He has his brown boots, but only 500 gold towards what I'm sure will be Tranquils. 4 last hits on him. It's a tough off-lane experience. He's got a ward down, but Fenrir has a nice aggressive lane ward down as well. And you see the line just moving to the lane. Anytime the Centaur shows himself, he'll head down to the rune spawn here and look for something at the 4-minute, though. Vici not going to hand it over without a fight. Super moving his way over. So you can grab this top rune. It looks like it will go the way of Vici, and it'll just be a bounty for your Sniper. Regen down bottom goes to the Phoenix.
Yeah, he's almost got the phase boots Aquila at level 6. This is where things get really scary for the Shadow Fiend. Can be easily solo killed by a Sniper if he's got the phase boots advantage. And in fact, looking at Mu right now, I don't think he's got any boots. Nothing picked up in the well just yet. Just the bottle Wraithband to start things off. And he's just about got the gold for them, but here comes the rotation. Shaker is waiting. Very nice fissure block, and Mu will retreat. They need that, else he will get on the feed train, but for now he avoids his one-way ticket.
Yep, showing us the power of the Earthshaker here. I feel like Mu's still doing a pretty damn good job in the mid lane, though. CS is even for the most part. Now, down bottom. Icarus dive into the tree line. Ice. We'll just try to TP home. Can Banana get there in time for the telekinesis? He cannot. TP home, and the Phoenix will live. Nicely done by Ice. Nice heads-up play to move into the trees.
Well, space created here. Wasting a lot of the Rubik's time and does make it out. And carrying that TP off the bat. Very heads-up play from Ice, as you would expect in the offlane. So, Well, comparing the two offlaners right now, June's about to hit level 3. Are there any stacks waiting for him? There's one stack, but that's probably going to the Shadow Fiend, as we will see FY wrapping around top lane. This courier, is it going to scout him out on the way back? Trying to maybe get eyes on him. It heads towards mid. No.
Close call.
Don't think they actually saw him. It's nighttime, and narrowly, the bullet will be dodged. But now they've got a lane ward down, and though when they want to go for this push, with Omni Slash ready, anybody who walks into the lane on their own will be a pretty easy kill. Yeah,
and even this Centaur, who's a pretty tanky brother right now with about 750 gold or HP, that's still not going to be that much compared to a solo Omni Slash and all the follow-up damage to ensue. He's sitting only level 3 right now. They'll get a ward down in the mid lane to give some vision of that top rune. Maybe looking to put some pressure on this sniper. Super still getting a fair bit of space here, and they're going to kind of eye each other out on the opposite side of the river. We'll see the shrapnel fly down, and bounty rune will be secured by Vici. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Rabbit, he'll grab that invis and throw it in the bottle. Queen of Pain, though, just about to be level 6, so you may have this option to start moving around a little more and maybe find some pickoffs with that Sonic Wave.
Yeah, has the Invis rune bottled up as well. Let's see. Can he find anything? Ice, very vulnerable. Could potentially just jump him and kill him off himself right now. Ice is in the danger zone. 300 health. A simple blanket for the Queen of Pain would be enough for the kill if they get the ulti to hit, but it can be a little tricky with that wind-up. You go for the wind-up, if he dives back in time, then you may stand looking the fool when the dust settles. So waiting for an easier opening, I suppose. I'm really looking top, though. This Observer Ward scouts out June, and they may well just tower dive him for a kill.
Yeah, looking at the build of Hal right now, 2 points in stats, pretty well rounded. Did go for that second point in the Blade Fury to make it a little more efficient in terms of damage and mana cost. They are ready for it here. Fenrir is level 4 on the line with 2 points in the Earth Spike. They have a pretty good amount of damage output. Here's the rotation from the Shaker, though. Of course, scouted out by Vici. He's only level 3. Still enough points to try and break up a dive here if they do jump on the Centaur, and his presence will repel Vici Gaming for now. Happy just to find farm for Hal, who is the net worth leader, and I believe the last hit leader as well. Oh yeah, by a big bit there, sitting 52 and 19. Quite comfortable at 7.5 minutes.
Man, Moo cannot be feeling safe right now. It's nighttime, he's got no ward, and his Earthshaker is not currently mid. He is going to see the sniper, but that doesn't really mean anything. You see the sniper mid, it's like, well, is there anyone else there? Because if there is, you're probably going to die. FY just waiting to reveal a smoke gank. He was ready for that potential move by Newbee. We'll scout out June, and an opportunity missed here for Newbee. Very good positioning. We've seen teams just, as of late, do such a good job at just always kind of congregating around this area on the Dire side, sometimes up on this hill if you're Radiant, and just scouting out these movements, breaking the smokes nice and early. And they'll do it again here, so good kind of game sense from FY, and they'll dodge a bullet for their sniper. Oh, top lane.
Here we go. The dive is real. They're going to go in onto June. He's getting low, and the Blade Fury will be enough to finish him off. How goes the TP out? It looks like it'll get interrupted by Banana. Songshang's still nearby. He'll get the living armor granted. TP's in. How in pretty deep, but Fenrir's here. Now Rabbit joining the party. Sonic Wave on 2. The Fissure to follow. Juggernaut and Lion will be punished for their hyper-aggression. And what started as a clean kill on the Centaur turns into a 1 for 2 going the way of Newbee. So it does take a lot of resources here as they rotate their entire team.
Well, yeah, 5 hero rotation. I don't know if I would say Vici will take it. It's not a great trade for them, but considering just how much was invested, Vici will make up for it to some extent with the levels for Ice in the offlane. He now gets level 5 here, compared to the Centaur, about neck and neck, actually. Thanks to that fight, June gets a lot of experience.
Yeah, both of them kind of in Strug City here a little bit. Looks like they'll have this mutual respect to just sit back and let each other at least leech some XP to level 6 and get their prized ultimates. Much needed gold there for Newbee, though. Vici holding on to about 1,000 net worth lead, but now Newbee actually taking the experience edge. So even though it started as a very rocky laning stage, Newbee's recovered fairly well, and their cores are now catching up to the leading cores of Newbee. Look at that net worth graph, and all things considered, looking pretty even here with that Earthshaker maybe being the minor outlier. Level 4 with still no CS.
Yeah, if anyone's going to be underleveled, I suppose your Earthshaker is the ideal go-to hero. He can get some me time later, just needs to be the walking fissure. Realistically, you're not walking in for an Echo Slam most of the time anyway. So, Vici Gaming got a 3-man farm their neutrals right now. Very defensive play for them. I think they did spot Sangsheng TPing in top lane. They do have the Observer Ward, but for now he kind of hugs Fenrir, Fenrir, the one under pressure. But yeah, I think they did spot Sansheng TPing towards this lane. This Fenrir just plays back. Pretty defensive positioning from your line. Can they make a go at him? They have the fissure. If they can hit a fissure here, like if you can see, he's like just in range right now, but doesn't know if there's maybe a living armor ready to come out or a tree perhaps prepared to counter initiate. So.
And you look at Newbee Vision, and they don't have much on FY or How. They know they should be around somewhere. FY walks by, they bump into Sung Sheng, and in comes How. Mask of Madness on. Oh, it's going to be a dead Earthshaker. That jig is up, LD, and How. He's going to find a freebie here. Rabbit, nothing to do but just head back in the lane, and he's even going to get some of his mana drain. Nice little pick off there for Vici.
Yeah, big kill, and well, the Shaker just kind of waited too long. Sticks around long enough, eventually you're going to get caught out as... we will see Banana steal the Fire Spirits. In the meantime, looking at the Blink Dagger timing. June up to 950 gold, gets the Stampede. Oh, super. He wanted to make a go on mid, but Moo able to pop that. Able to pop the Invis Rune and get back. And, you know, after the way this game started, I really thought Moo would struggle, but great Earthshaker play early from Sansheng to protect him from that second follow-up gank, and he's well on his way to a Yule Scepter. In fact, he just needs the recipe, and once he gets this, he is... not only more difficult to kill, but he picks up some kill potential in his own right. This has been a very admirable recovery for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it certainly has. I think a lot of that is a testament to the Earthshaker. All he had to do was linger around in the mid lane, and that's enough for Vici to know better. And we don't want to dive this tower on the Shadow Fiend and possibly get turned around on and feed him more than shut him down. The Yule Scepter timing looking pretty solid here, and now they'll have that option to spam out the raises, farm the jungle a little bit more easily, and like you mentioned, maybe find some solo pickoffs with that Spirit Bomb style on really the Lion. I would say these squishy supports, but the Tree and Protector, not so squishy at this stage of the game. He's already picked up his Arcane Boots as well. So we'll see. Maybe Vici should try to rotate onto Moo as he's actually leading the net worth chart all of a sudden.
If you get the right Requiem, you can solo kill anyone outside of the Jug who can just spam Blade Fury as he comes back down to Earth. But the question is, will he find anyone? For now, Vici Gaming hanging back. They have now seen the Yules if they're paying attention. That lane ward top did some work, though. Its bus rotation is... I totally missed that. Not sure if you caught it.
I caught it, but by dumb luck. That was Ice, Ice, Ice going from nearly full to zero in just a matter of seconds. Quap comes in with a Scream and a Sonic Wave, and it's a dead Phoenix. As simple as that. Really nothing to it.
Well, nicely done. That's going to get him towards the Orchid. Vici Gaming still hanging back top lane. They don't have that lane ward anymore. They probably suspect the Shakers in the neighborhood, as you can see him constantly lining up the fissure. Not ready to cast it just yet. They're going to try to make a go here on June. Stampede forced out. How? Not in range for the Omni. Now they bring in the squad. Here comes the backup.
All right, all of Newbee are here, and How in a very awkward position. He does have the Omni Slash. There's your Icarus dive in. Ice, Ice, Ice with an egg right in the front lines. Banana going to be the target of choice first. Assassinate will bring him down. The rest of Newbee start to retreat with Fenrir in the front lines. Hex onto Newbee. Or pardon me, on Banana, or Rabbit rather. And it looks like this is enough just to zone back Newbee for now. Tier 1 tower goes down. Rabbit hasted up, will be okay as he sort of lingers about. Clean kill on the Rubik for Vici, and they'll just be rewarded with a Tier 1 tower. It seems like Newbee just not quite ready to take that team fight. Using the Stampede defensively early on kind of crippled their ability to reinitiate that fight.
Yeah, it was one of those egg positions where I feel like normally the egg just gets 5-man focus because he dove the first man in, really. The Jug was kind of hiding in the trees, not really the true initiator at that point. And then everyone ran, because if they go in to kill the egg, then they tank an Omni Slash. Potentially the tree's going to follow up on that. And, well, speaking of the tree, see you later, FY. Double Requiem kill! Ice, Ice, Ice comes diving in right as the Spirit Bomb explodes. That's just a free donation from your Phoenix.
That's a fail of the week worthy kind of moment there. The Icarus dive in right as the souls are about to pop. Just, I'll save you good. Oh, damn it. I mistimed that one. Oh, that hurts. But, well, the Shadow Fiend, he gets a freebie there. Moo's got to be happy with that. All of a sudden now 3-1-1. The tree, it was unfortunate for him. He just walked by this sentry ward here in the mid lane and got caught out. The Icarus dive, however, that was, well, just rather unfortunate.
that was an epic moment. Oh my. I was like, okay, I got this one easy kill in the tree. He did not expect the twofer, and I'll certainly take it. Now up to, all of a sudden, this guy just got his Yule Scepter. He's got a Blink if he wants it. Yeah. He's farming like a champ, and We're going to see
feeling
Vici
good.
Gaming pick up their smoke. They are very squishy here on their cores. The double Mask of Madness Yasha. They don't have their frontline initiator. That's really the downside to running the Phoenix offlane. You know, you saw the Axe banned out by Newbee, I believe, as the 5th ban here. They could have gone for something like the Centaur in their own right, but they went for one of Ice Ice Ice's comfort heroes in the Phoenix, and it gives them a very potent team fight with the Phoenix tree combo. But the downside is that they're rather squishy, and until this line gets a blink, there's no clear initiator. Whereas you look across the way at Newbee, they've got the Fissure, they have the Rubik now with a Stolen Nature's guys to set things up as he squirms around through the trees, and Centaur with the blink as well. 3 different heroes who can get the fight started. Well, make it 4 now, I guess, with the Shadow Feed.
There you go. Yeah, I feel like this build from Vici on their cores is a bit greedy here. How and Super in particular, kind of this glass cannon-y style, great for farming, great for moving around the map, and if Newbee let them get away with this without really punishing it, it'll work out well. And so far, Vici have been able to trade pretty evenly in these skirmishes, and that's been boding fairly nicely. They will group up and smoke in the bottom lane behind their tier 2 tower. Looks like they're out of range of a potential ward on that high ground around the Roche, and they will move down into the bottom lane. But it looks like they won't find much in the way of ganks as Newbee are backed up themselves. They'll rendezvous in their jungle for a smoke, but oh, how? He reveals it. He walks in with a haste rune on. And the jig is up for Newbee. Now the rest of Vici coming around the backside. Can they find it? Rabbit gets hexed right away. Stampede finger. Down goes the Quap. Egg in a forward position. The Stampede creates some space. Banana goes down the Hadouken. Helps him out. But the kill goes to Ice Ice Ice. Now Sansheng in trouble as Hal Blade Fury's down. It's going to be a 3-0 to get it started. And it's not done yet, LD. There's your Omni Slash onto Moo. He's got the Yule Scepter, but does it matter? It does not. The double Requiem still doesn't find any kills. A clean 5-0 as Vici best Newbee in their own jungle.
Oh my. That could not have gone any better for Vici. So, the whole Newbee squad gets scouted out down at the river. Then they try to run, but it's at the exact moment when Vici Gaming are preparing their flank. So they get the flank off. Phoenix comes diving in. At that moment, a panic Echo Slam comes flying out from Sansheng. Only hits the egg. Does absolutely nothing. They continue running. They've already lost 2 or 3 heroes at this point. Jug Omni Slashes onto the Shadow Feed, who immediately pops his Yules, and then it just straight bounces right away over to the other hero next to him, and they end up getting 5, the Centaur going down there. Vici Gaming have used everything now, though. And Newbee want to smoke, but guess who's waiting to scout them out? It's Fenrir. With Nature's guys, there will be no ambush. They're going to get caught from the backside if they stick around much longer, Rabbit. Oh, there's an Impale. Follow-up Hex is available. Can they get him with the Overgrowth? Yes, they can. Can they finish the job, though? Really no backup coming here. And it looks like he'll be able to blink out, but that's okay. They've secured the Roche. And now, Banana, down to 11 health. Can he turn it? He wants to. He's got the stolen Fire Spirits ready to fly, but rather risky to continue engaging. He's going to try for it. Shadow Feet, unable to stop anyone. Fenrir just goes under cover of Nature's guys. He'll make it out. Back to the well goes FY. Everybody surviving. Finally, the Blink double raise combo. He saw him walking through, I think, from this Sentry Ward, maybe just for a second. But great prediction by Moo, just to get that single Lion kill. Still, Aegis now, comfortably snagged by your Jug.
Yeah, an obvious victory for Vici around the Roche pit, but every little bit helps. And again, unfortunate with these Sentry Wards. That's one thing Newbee have done very well, anticipating where heroes may be given the use of that Nature's Guise. But unfortunate they couldn't bring down that Queen of Pain through the Overgrowth. The rest of the team is just in the pit trying to keep their Aegis safe on the Juggernaut, and indeed it will be. So Jug, what has he picked up here? Is that a Manta style on the way? Yep, sure is. Completed as the courier brings it out. And what's our sniper looking at? That's a full Sanjin Yasha now after his Mask of Madness. So this window where Vici has these very great farming tools, but maybe not the best skirmish items, now they're starting to beef up a little bit. Their carry's not so susceptible, and they'll get a free tier 1 tower down bottom. They'll smoke up again and rotate through the jungle. At this point, I think the tempo has increased, LD. Vici is on the hunt, hungry for more blood.
Yeah, they want to just hit the kill switch here. While they have the advantage, press it as much as possible. They are chewing through their smokes now, though. 1 available, 1 on Fenrir. I guess they didn't use very many in the laning stage. They seem to have a lot stocked up, but this will be 2 smokes in a very short period of time. It's not going to find anyone just yet, but look who's walking back towards mid. It's a Banana. Oh, this could be trouble. They are about to see him. Oh, now they spotted him. Immediately, they try to make their way in. No blink just yet on Fenrir, though. They'll give him Nature's Guys again. Man, this is being used to such great effect to initiate as Top lane, How able to dodge away from incoming gank. Banana will end up going down. And they get the tower.
Easy pick right there. Super in a great position to siege the tower and set up for the assassinate. Now in the top lane, Moo hops forward, Requiem onto Ice, Ice, Ice. And they will find the kill as they dive into the trees. But now they're in deep. Some TP rotations on the way. FY's here. He's got an overgrowth. This could be a big opportunity, but Sonic Wave gets him low. They'll reveal him with a dust, and now the tree gets punished. It's a 2-for-0 in the top lane. Hal, though, he does still have Aegis and a level 2 Omni Slash. They'll lose the tower. Does he go for the big plays here? Looks like he wants to try for it. Orchid's there, Manta style, but Moo gets caught by the Omni Slash. Yules is there. June blinks forward, double edge hoof stomp. Brings down the Aegis. Now Super wants to bring down Moo, but he's in the tree line. Rabbit's here doing damage. Fenrir stunned up. They will still bring down the Earthshaker, though. Rabbit going to be forced to retreat. June hiding in the tree line nearby. He'll blink deeper into the trees, the TP home, and still not really that great for Vici. Sure, they bring down the Earthshaker, but they pay with quite a few of their heroes. And give Newbee a little sign of life here.
Man, what a great fight for Newbee. That was 2 excellent fissures from the Earthshaker there. The first one, right after the tree +1 TP in, he fissures, blocks them off a little bit, and allows them to set up that big Queen of Pain combo. And then the second one, catching an additional 2 heroes, and also allowing his Shadow Fiend to blink into the trees and survive. Some excellent play for Saint Chain, and there aren't many supports that can be 10th on net worth at 21.5 minutes and still have this kind of impact, but if anyone is, it's the tree. So see, Banana managed to steal living armor. Can they get something aggressive going with this? There are still good wards around the map for Vici, and this will allow them to spot out some of these heroes rotating back, but that's a lot of waste of momentum. They give up 3 kills, they lose their Aegis, and with that, it may be Newbee who are back in the driver's seat.
Yeah. I do really like the way they're playing this tree. 2 points in the Nature's Guise. You usually don't see that spell utilized nearly as much. It seems like it's mostly just used on the tree himself, kind of that mobile ward, but seeing it on a Lion kind of in place of a Blink Dagger early on as an initiation tool, it's pretty impressive. And FY, well, showing us that he's got a pretty damn good Treant Protector here. He'll start to living armor up these tier 1 towers in the mid and bottom. He'll start to recover some HP, and this is one game where the Treant is really good at with defending these towers. Newbee don't really have a great sieging lineup, and not really easy for them to do that flash pushing that really shuts down the tree. But here we go, smoke through the jungle. They'll find Juggernaut illusions. They know Hal might be nearby. June at nighttime doesn't blink forward to check. Their smoke not revealed yet, but will they actually find the jump they're looking for onto Vici?
Guess who's waiting? It's everyone!
Uh-oh, it's a trap! It's a tarp, LD. Are they going to go on to Hal? No, it's Fenrir. Stampede forward. He'll be the one that gets jumped on. He goes down first. A good start for Newbee, but they'll pay with June. Now the egg in the middle of the fight. There's no Stampede to disengage. The Rubik gets chopped down by the sniper. The rest of Newbee on the run, but it's Hal on the hunt. He's got a blink Omni Slash ready. Moo may blink back, but Song Shung gets left behind. And it's a 1-for-3. Vici finding yet another successful skirmish.
I am loving this Vici gaming draft. When Ice 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 jumps in, he's diving into 5 heroes, immediately eggs, and they have to run. Because otherwise, they get Omni Slash, the sniper goes to work on them, as speaking of that Jug, he is hunting your Shadow Fiend, has a Blink Dagger in 3, there's a blink out, as the meanwhile, Ice 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 will be trapped, he ends up ticking down to the Soul Burn, in the well, will fall. Now they hunt Rabbit, they're trying to cage him from all sides, they descend, but oh, he blinks into Hal. This is maybe trouble here, will there be crits? Needs one more, he gets the kill.
Oh,
a double 2-for-3 crit there, and he'll get the job done. He may even find the Rubik. Oh, no. Stolen Omni Slash.
Oh!
This could be big.
And he telekinesis the wrong hero, unfortunately. He'll steal. Is that an Omni Slash there? Okay. He'll set up the kill onto Jug, so they kill Rubik, but nicely done. Much needed kill on the Juggernaut. Centaur will be the one that gets the bonus gold for ending that streak. Ends up working out okay for Newbee in the end.
Yeah, that's a big kill. That right there swings the game about 1,000 gold, 2,000 experience. They need a couple more though, and they really need to kill Super at this point. This guy's the real scary one as he continues to pursue out move mid lane. Does he have another shrapnel available? Nope, cooling down.
But he does have a BKB. We saw that 10-second charge debut. And
yeah, that's the thing. When the Phoenix goes in with the egg and there's a BKB sniper, you have no way to stop him from hitting you, and he just does too much damage, so they have to run. If they go on the egg, then the entire, like, Shaker's, he probably gets 2 kills. The Rubik +1 or the Shaker +1. He'll at least bring 1 hero low and kill another off. So the combo really works out beautifully. And obviously, the other great thing with this is you don't have to worry so much about the Blink Stomp or that Yules into Requiem combo. You can just BKB your way out of it. So nice pickup here for Super. And still on the back of it, it's a fairly even game, but as the game moves along later, it does feel like Vici gaming. With the Jug plus Sniper, these two heroes scale very hard. Your Shadow Fiend potentially does. Queen of Pain, not so much. Can tend to fall off. We'll be relying on getting like a Hex here. I think the other big item for Newbee is, I want to say a Sunshine Blink Dagger, although looking at his item progression, he'll be lucky just to get the Soul Ring picked up in 25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one of the issues with that safe lane Queen of Pain. It just puts so much pressure on this hero to really find a lot of kills, because she farms pretty well with that Scream of Pain if you let her sit in the lane and stay uncontested, but she's a little bit more of a tempo controller. And if you go for this Orchid first build, which is pretty common, you just have to get more kills. And easier said than done against a team like Vici, who have very calculated movements around the map. I think Rabbit's played a pretty good game, but 3, 2, and 5 has just not been a good enough score for him to really snowball out of control. And you see these more traditional carries really just aren't out farming him now. And on top of that, Vici's Ice 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 looking at a Hand of Midas. He'll get it completed here just at about the 26-minute mark. And now we'll see this Phoenix make that big jump to level 16, and the egg will get even more potent. Already something Newbee you're struggling to deal with. So this does bode pretty well, I think, for Vici looking closer to the late game. And they're sitting pretty comfortable with nearly a 5-figure XP and gold lead. Mid lane, though, Super initiated on. BKB will keep him safe.
The only solution they're going to have to that is either Blink Echo, because it's basically instant, a Hex, which they're not really close to farming, or a Blink on the Rubik to get that instant lift. But, well, trying to go in with a Blink Stomp against the BKB Sniper, he's just got to have his fingers warmed up and ready to go. And in this case, he does. Your Rubik, Banana sitting back, wants to leech a little experience, but against this Blink Jug, even standing within vision of the creep wave is dangerous. The Sniper closes the gap, or this Jug closes the gap very quickly. They're going to continue to smack the tower bottom with these illusions. Bringing in the Shaker, neither of these heroes can really deal with the Jug. In fact, they can't even really deal with his illusions. Your Rubik being driven all the way back.
Yep, they're starting to hurt. He's got that first ultimate orb sitting at home. I reckon that's the beginnings of a Scotty for the Jug. And, well, speaking of Scotty, Shadow Fiend completes his here just shy of the 30-minute mark. So Moo is still farming quite nicely, falling behind compared to the Vici carries, but still has a fair bit of farm to his name, and now rather tanky. Vici will just group up in the bottom tier 2 tower under heavy assault. Glyph will come out, and they've got heroes nearby. Looks like Super will be able to just slow siege this one down with his super long range, and it will go down uncontested. There's a stack nearby as Song Shung tries to secure some more neutrals for his carries. And Newbee will not be baited into a fight that they don't want to take.
I see what you did there, you sly dog. They're going to drop an OBS on the high ground, and there was a Radiant Sentry planted here. However, I believe the free vision it gives you is worn off now. So that's something Newbee have seen, and it may come back to haunt them. They do have eyes on Moo right now. The Blink Hex at the ready. The double, or the 2 levels in Finger now picked up, so they could quickly kill Moo if he's not careful.
Oh, but they put a sentry down. Vici could be walking into a trap. The rest of Newbee start to back out. There's another they've just got a chain of sentry wards down. FY gets initiated on by Banana. There's your telekinesis to get it started, but the follow-up's there. Roshan goes down while the fight's breaking out. Banana, one hit from death, does go down. Oh boy, Song Shine as well. Now June on the backside getting laid into by the Sniper. They lose their Lion, but so far this fight way in favor of Vici. Supernova comes down. Moo will still get stunned by it. He uses the Yules to try and buy himself some time, but just sets up for the rest of Vici to get in position and bring him down. A 1 for 4. Rabbit TP's in, and oh, where's my team? Damn it. Okay, well, that's the end of the fight.
That was without the Jug. As you mentioned, he was just soloing the Roshan during that time. Vici gaming. Oh, this is trouble now for Newbee. That said, the last time we saw an Aegis picked up, it was quickly dealt with by the Newbee squad, but this time I fear it's not going to be so easy. They've got a lot of solutions here to that Newbee jump. The BKB on the Sniper, one of the big ones. Multiple Blink Daggers to either get out of the fight or jump in and try and start it on the favorable terms. And also a lot of aggressive wards now planted down. They've got one on both sides of the Radiant base, so leaving the base gets very dicey. Items continue to pile up. There's your Scotty for the Jug.
Absolutely. This is where Vici just start to tighten the noose a little bit. June TP's at the top tier 2, almost bumps into the Phoenix. Looks like Newbee want to try and initiate here, and They'll get an aggressive ward down. They actually use the Stampede to start this off. June breaks into the trees. Oh, no! Rubik, he gets initiated on and brought down. June not finding the initiation they wanted. Now their supports just get obliterated. Luckily for the Centaur, he stays safe, but they needed him to find the hoof stomp there, LD. What happened? Oh.
Blinks into the trees, but Super has just been ready with his BKB hotkey. Every time they try to go on him, they just don't have a solution for it. They need a Blink Dagger on the Rubik or the Element of Surprise on their Shaker. They are just not catching Super out with the Blink Hoof Stomp. And even as should they do it, I mean, he is pretty tanky once he pops the BKB, so unfortunately he's just been too good with the defensive play, and as a result, they may lose a lane of Rax. There's Earthshaker respawning too, but Aegis online for Hal. Ice Sight's gonna come swerving in. He does have an egg ready to go, and what did they steal here? Just the healing ward. Not so good on defense. They'll take whatever they can get, but now Hal gonna clean out the entire lane of Rax, and well, with that, they'll just blast the Rubik back to the well.
Okay. Well, that's an easy pick there.
Yeah, he got eviscerated. And, you know, Vici Gaming talked about wanting an aggressive carry. Man, has Hal been aggressive or what this game? Every time I see this guy, he's blinking forward, usually with no backup, into like 3, 4, 5 heroes, soloing Roshan, diving all around the map. Sure, he's got a couple of deaths to his name, but he has made things happen.
Dive into the base, they bring down the Quamp, it'll cost him their line, the egg comes out once more, Overgrowth is there, Hal focusing the supports off to the side, the Supernova stun flies through, and this will be a full 5-man wipe, everyone on Newbee in the well, and that's it, they've had enough, GG, go next. Game 1 goes the way of Vici in only 31 minutes. Pretty dominant Game 1 here.
Dominant is the only word that you could properly describe it. To be fair, I think they really had trouble finding good initiations later on that game, and, you know, that's where you would have loved to have the Axe, but it's something that was banned out as the 5th ban. Newbee perhaps wishing they had managed to snag that one for themselves so many times where they'd go for a Blink Hoof Stomp, and he just BKBs to dodge it on the Sniper, and the fight's lost from there. Whether he gets caught in the trees or not, they just can't kill him at that point. They had...
What a game. Look at Super, 13-0-7 on the Sniper of all heroes. He even went for the Glass Cannon, Phase Boots, Yasha, Mask of Madness opener. And they couldn't even kill him once. Just absolutely pristine positioning from that Sniper this game.
It was pristine positioning and the power of the BKB.
Yep.
Not only did they not have a stun that goes through BKB, but you do look at Newbee, they had almost no damage that does, until the Shadow Fiend gets very farmed. So I think that's partially where Newbee were vulnerable to BKBs, and they just needed a bit of a better laning stage. We do have to remember when the game began, Vici Gaming gave up, or got a kill in every single lane on each of the cores, including a